myself. I worked for Joe Papp a lot, and that's how I met Jim. I went down, my agent at that time, I went down and he said, if you want to work in New York, I gotta work for Joe Papp.
Meatloaf is an actor and singer from the United States. He's known for his strong, versatile voice as well as his dramatic live performances. More than 40 million copies of his Bat Out of Hell trilogy, Bat Out of Hell, Bat Out of Hell 2, Back into Hell, and Bat Out of Hell 3, The Monster is Loose, have been sold worldwide. The original album, which was released more than 4 decades ago, continues to sell an estimated 200,000 copies each year and has been on the charts for almost 9 years, making it one of the best-selling albums in history. Despite the economic success of Bat Out of Hell and Bat Out of Hell 2, Back into Hell, as well as winning a Grammy Award for Best Solo Rock Vocal Performance for the song I'd Do Anything, Meatloaf struggled to maintain a consistent career in the United States. This did not stop Meatloaf from becoming one of the best-selling musicians of all time, with over 80 million albums sold worldwide.
Play an old Beethoven piece, you know, you don't do that. The songs, what makes them is because I don't make them part of me, and I don't have my picture on the cover.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Michael Lee Ade, but is also known as Meatloaf. He was born September 27, 1947 in Dallas, Texas, making him 73 at the time of this production. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, or 179 centimeters. Meatloaf is into politics, although he's not affiliated with any political organization. He played at the pre-inauguration event for re-elected Democratic President Bill Clinton in 1997. He also attended Republican President George W. Bush's inauguration in 2001. He contributed to Republican presidential contenders Rick Santorum and John McCain's campaigns, with the latter being the party's nominee in the 2008 election. Meatloaf supported Mitt Romney for president on October 25, 2012, citing bad ties with Russia as one of the main reasons he's been advocating for Mitt Romney for a year. Meatloaf began working with Steinman in Woodstock, New York in December 1978. He met his future wife, Leslie G. Edmonds, at the Bearsville studio, and they married within a month. Leslie has a daughter named Pearl from a previous marriage, who eventually married Anthrax rhythm guitarist Scott Ian. He and his family relocated to Stamford, Connecticut in 1979. Leslie gave birth to Amanda Ade, later a television actress, in 1981. They lived in Westport, Connecticut for a short period after Amanda was born.
If you watch videos, you'll see I have different hand movements, because movement as an actor, you have to, if you want to be an actor, you got to take movement classes, bottom line.
Meatloaf is the sole child of Wilma Artie, a school teacher and member of the Vodi Odu Girls Gospel Quartet, and Orvis Wesley Ade, a former cop who founded the Griffin Grocery Company with his wife and a friend to sell a homemade cough cure. His father was an alcoholic who'd go on drinking binges for days at a time, which began when he was medically discharged from the U.S. Army after being injured by shrapnel from a mortar during World War II. Meatloaf accompanied his mother to all of Dallas's bars in search of his father, and he frequently stayed with his grandmother. Meatloaf graduated from Thomas Jefferson High School in 1965, having already begun his performing career in school plays, including Where's Charlie and The Music Man. He transferred to North Texas State University after attending Lubbock Christian College, now the University of North Texas. He rented an apartment in Dallas and isolated himself for 3.5 months after receiving his inheritance after his mother's death until a friend discovered him. He proceeded to the airport a short time later and boarded the next flight to Los Angeles. Meatloaf established his first band, Meatloaf Soul, in Los Angeles after a moniker given to him by his football coach because of his size. He was quickly approached with 3 recording offers, all of which he declined. In 1968, Meatloaf Soul had their debut show at The Cave in Huntington Beach, opening for Van Morrison's band, Them and Question Mark and the Mysterians. The smoke machine they used to play their version of Howlin' Wolf's Smokestack Lightning produced too much smoke, and the club had to be cleaned out. Later, the band opened for Renaissance, Taj Mahal, and Janis Joplin at Cal State Northridge. The band went through numerous lead guitar changes, changing its name each time. Popcorn Blizzard and Floating Circus were among the new titles. They opened for The Who, The Fugs, The Stogies, the MC5, The Grateful Dead, and the Grease Band as Floating Circus. Due to their regional popularity, they released a song, Once Upon a Time, which was followed by Hello. Then Meatloaf joined the cast of the musical Hair in Los Angeles. Meatloaf subsequently said that not being taken seriously in the music business was the most difficult challenge he had to face in his life. His treatment was likened to that of a circus clown. Meatloaf was approached to record with Motown as a result of the publicity generated by Hair. They suggested a duet with Sean Stoney Murphy, who had previously performed with him in Hair, and he consented. The songs were written and selected by the Motown production crew, while Meatloaf and Stoney simply came in to record their vocals. Stoney and Meatloaf misspelled as one word, was finished in the summer of 1971 and released in September of the same year. What You See Is What You Get, the song released in advance of the album, peaked at number 36 on the best-selling soul singles chart and number 71 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Meatloaf and Stoney went on tour with Jake Wade and the Soul Searchers to promote their album, opening for Richie Havens, The Who, The Stooges, Bob Seger, Alice Cooper, and Rare Earth. Meatloaf left shortly after Edwin Starr replaced his and Stoney's vocals on the one song he liked, Who is the Leader of the People? Meatloaf revealed his plans in a January 2020 interview with The Mirror. I'm not a retiree. I'm writing songs for another album and reading a script. Meatloaf announced his intention in a February 2020 Facebook post to record a new album with 4 or 5 new tracks, including Steinman's What Part of My Body Hurts the Most, a song long requested by fans, but previously under contract restrictions for a Bat Out of Hell musical, as well as the original 1975 demo recordings made for the Bat Out of Hell album.
Loud, which is the last song on Bat, and to me it's the greatest love song ever written. It truly is. I mean, last night at the show I was crying. I'm about to cry now because I'm talking about it.
The legendary musician holds a staggering net worth as he's made the major amount of his money through music. Acting is also a source of income. He earns around $19,725.03 per day. While he had exaggerated over the years about the size of his business, the money he pulled in from his profession is real enough to rank as one of the biggest celebrity cash-outs of all time. His basic income source is mostly from being a successful actor. Meatloaf's net worth is $50 million. Meatloaf and his missus, Deborah Gillespie, used the same trust in which their previous crib in Calabasas was held, spending $1.475 million to acquire a newly constructed hacienda-style contemporary on a slightly elevated 1.1-acre knoll with long and lovely southern vistas over the rolling oak tree-carpeted hills. Listing information indicates the rambling single-story residence measures about 5,200 square feet with 4 to 5 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms. Listing information shows construction was completed in 2012 and that the house was built with weather and fire-resistant materials, energy-efficient systems, and environmentally sensitive doodads and gewgaws such as rainwater collection situation. The cars and bikes you'll find in Meatloaf's garage include Mercedes-Benz C300, an Audi R8, and a Harley Davidson. A Ferrari,